Understanding where buffering capacity reaches its maximum during weak acid titration with strong base. This titration curve shows a weak acid being titrated with a strong base, and there's a special point where buffering is strongest. First, let's understand what makes a buffer work and why it resists pH changes. A buffer solution contains both a weak acid and its conjugate base in significant amounts. The weak acid HA is in equilibrium with hydrogen ions and its conjugate base A-. These two species work together in equilibrium, with the acid donating protons and the base accepting them. The buffer's ability to resist pH change depends on having enough of both the acid and base forms. The Henderson-Hasselbalch equation describes the relationship between pH and buffer composition. pH equals pKa plus the logarithm of the ratio of conjugate base to weak acid concentrations. This equation holds the key to understanding where buffering capacity is maximized. When the concentrations of conjugate base and weak acid are equal, the logarithm term equals 0. Therefore, when the two species are equal in concentration, pH equals pKa exactly. This special condition occurs at the half equivalence point of the titration. The half equivalence point occurs when exactly half of the original weak acid has been neutralized by the added base. At this point, we have equal amounts of the weak acid and its conjugate base in solution. The volume of base added is exactly half the volume needed to reach the equivalence point. Let's understand why this point gives maximum resistance to pH change. Maximum buffering capacity requires equal concentrations of both the acid and base forms. With equal amounts, the solution can neutralize both added acid and added base most effectively. When hydrogen ions are added, there's plenty of conjugate base A- available to neutralize them. When hydroxide ions are added, there's plenty of weak acid HA available to neutralize them. The buffer capacity beta equals 2.30, 3 times total concentration, times the product of acid and base concentrations, divided by their sum squared. Mathematical analysis shows this expression reaches its maximum value when the acid and base concentrations are equal. Let's prove mathematically why equal concentrations give maximum buffering. Let X equal the ratio of conjugate base to weak acid concentration. Buffer capacity is proportional to X divided by the quantity 1 plus X squared. Taking the derivative with respect to X and simplifying, we get 1 minus X divided by 1 plus X cubed. Setting the derivative equal to 0, we find the maximum occurs when X equals 1. When X equals 1, this means the conjugate base concentration equals the weak acid concentration. Let's visualize how buffering capacity changes throughout the titration. This graph shows how buffer capacity peaks at the half equivalence point and decreases as we move away from it. The buffering region is strongest in the middle of the titration curve, right at the half equivalence point. Understanding this principle has important practical applications in chemistry. The most effective buffers are prepared with pH values close to the pKa of the weak acid component. The effective buffering range is typically within 1 picohenry unit above or below the pKa value. This shows the effective buffering range, with maximum capacity at the center where pH equals pKa. Let's summarize the key concepts about maximum buffering capacity. Maximum buffering capacity occurs precisely at the half equivalence point of the titration. At this point, the weak acid and conjugate base concentrations are equal, and pH equals pKa. Equal amounts of acid and base forms provide the optimal resistance to pH changes from added acids or bases. This fundamental principle guides chemists in preparing effective buffer solutions for various applications. These are the defining characteristics of the point of maximum buffering capacity in any weak acid strong base titration.